We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Britt. And you see the scenery is different. I'm kind of feeling it. I did my makeup in my bedroom. And then I was like, because there's better like lighting in here, because we have a window in here. My living room doesn't have a window because the living room and kitchen is attached. So the window is mad far away from the living room. So right now, I don't even have a ring light, nothing. Like the lighting is just like, yes. So I'm in my bedroom. I mean, I'm switching it up. Am I gonna always be in the bedroom? I don't know. Maybe I'll just alternate. It just depends. I like the setting though, for sure. Is it because in the bedroom give me out weirdo vibes? Like, why is she in her bedroom? Either way, I'm in here. I'm loving the lighting. I'm feeling it a little bit, just a tad. I'm feeling it. So, anyway. Oh, but the only thing, y'all might hear some noise because above me, somebody lives above me. And you kind of can hear whatever they do up there. I don't know if there's a bedroom right above me or whatever the case may be. But, you know, it's just me. Okay? Like today, I was just... Me and ponytails don't get along, apparently. I have very natural hair. How you say very natural hair? Like, my hair is natural. Like, it is... I feel like I have, like, 3 textures. Like, in the back, it's about a 3C. This area is about a 3C. In between, it's giving you 4C. It's just, like, 8 different textures all over my head. And I don't know why. So... to get a ponytail, like the new... You know, the girls be giving you the sleek ponytails or whatever... To get a sleek ponytail with natural hair is like, let me turn the heat up because I don't know if y'all can hear that and I don't want to give y'all too much drama. So to get a sleek ponytail with natural hair, you have to straighten it or whatever. You don't have to straighten the whole thing if you don't want, but if you do straighten the whole thing, it's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably more for like a photo shoot or like, you know, whatever. Girl. I straightened my hair. I took a bath. Not even a shower. I took a bath. This was yesterday. All of it frizzed up, honey. Just... I said, are you serious? Are you serious? Are we serious right now? I was so tight because I really put my foot in it. Like, I blow dry my hair in sections. I know some of y'all like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? My lazy ass, child. I'll just usually like put my hair in a ponytail while it's wet and then blow dry it each. But it's better to blow dry your hair in sections. But any of y'all, you know, maybe some of y'all, I'm pretty sure some of my subscribers on YouTube know that I was a little natural hair connoisseur. So yeah, if I want to get in that bag, I can get into it, but I'm not gonna drive y'all crazy. But me and these ponytails, child, and then this ponytail is too skinny. But look, it's just me. I'm my own hairstylist this week, apparently, because I need to get my box braids, honey. I'm my own hairstylist, my own makeup artist, bitch, my own fashion stylist, camcorder lady, editor, what else? What's that thing called? Instagram marketer, whatever. I don't freaking know. Let me make sure my phone is on silent because I don't want to get y'all riled up. But yeah, I'm my own sound lady, silencing phones. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to do that. But you know, it's just me. So bear with me. Like, I'm switching the scenery. You know, they say like, when you have a YouTube, be consistent with your background and your scenery. How y'all feel about that? I don't feel like that. Cause like, I watched a pod the other day. And they changed their background. I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, it depends. Unless you have like a real studio setup, like for instance, Brilliant Idiots, they have a studio. Joe Budden's podcast, like they made their background so, to me, a pinnacle to their podcast. Like those paintings on the wall are so, like, you know, it's Joe Budden's podcast. And now he has his network and like, see, the thing is, has a specific layout for their background. Hopefully one day I can definitely do that. But yeah, I'm feeling it though. Anyway, yes, I'm here for the rants and raving. What did I do this week? I didn't do much this week. My parents came over. Because this is the spot. I think I brought this up, called Captain Louis. I said I definitely brought this up last week. But my mom came here to get Captain Louis because it's close to my house, and then they came here ate it because obviously there's no indoor dining in New York City. So then they came to my house to eat it because Captain Louis is like 12 minutes from the house, from my apartment. So yeah, then they ate or whatever, and family and my father, they was playing video games, watching TV, doing whatever they do. Me and my mom was just gossiping, kickboxing, because we got a punching bag in the nursery right now. And yeah, it's just that type of week or whatever. I'm on day 18 of my fast. So those of y'all that don't know, because, you know, I see a little tricklers come in. Some of y'all walking in, walking out. On the podcast, those of y'all that don't know, I'm doing the 21 fast, Daniel fast. So I've been eating, you know, plant-based. I don't know, but everything is so politically correct. I don't know if I am on a plant-based diet because I'm eating bread. No, that's keto though. Like I eat pasta. I don't know. Y'all so problematic. But basically I don't eat any meat. And you know, like today I had this spot. It's called Greedy Kitchen. It used to be called Greedy Vegan. They changed it to Greedy Kitchen, I guess, for better marketing. So to get people who are not vegan to eat it. Because sometimes when you see something named vegan, you're like, I kind of don't want to eat there. But their food is so good. Like it tastes like real food. And I was just thinking, like, I feel like I'm cheating doing the 21-day fast in 2021 because back in the day, you know, it's so hard to get good vegetable based food, like vegetarian, vegan food. Like back in the day, it was like, it was hard, you know, like you basically got to cook for yourself. I mostly cook for myself for obvious reasons, but now it's like, and then I'm living in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a haven for a vegetarian vegan child. Oh, this diet was awesome. But, you know, I'm on day 18. I'm proud of myself so far, even though I ain't making it to day 21 yet, but I definitely will. And yeah, that's really it this week. And I don't know. Did I watch anything new? No, I feel like we watched something. We did watch something. I did watch something. If I remember, I have to bring it up next week because I don't remember right now. You know, I've been watching the Parkers. I watch the Parkers before I go to sleep. So that's my new thing. Like when I was doing all the black sitcoms, and I think the Parkers is the last one for me. They have that other show, Half and Half. I tried to get into that. I couldn't get into it. But after I finish the Parkers, I might give Half and Half a chance because, you know, I watch black sitcoms at night. I like to watch something that mellows me out before I go to sleep. And the Parkers is the perfect show for that. The Parkers is the perfect show to watch before you go to bed because that show is a hot-ass mess, child. Ain't no way you finna go to sleep with no damn nightmares. Maybe if you watch the Halloween episode, but that show is just... And it's a really good show. Very slept on. I really don't like the Professor Ogilvy, Nikki thing. Sometimes it doesn't involve... Like, you just gotta get used to it, I guess. But that's what I've been currently watching. And, yeah. So, I'm happy to be here this week. And we're going to be talking about a crazy topic. Oh, my God. This is so crazy. So, we're going to be talking about thriving on the downfalls of others. And me and Babe was literally just having an argument about this topic. That's what's so crazy. And it was getting heated in here. Hot. And I was just like, yo, you about to make me talk about that on my podcast. Pull up my phone to see what today's topic was. That was already the topic. Yes, it literally says thriving on people's low points. Oh, being in your bedroom. So yeah, that was literally the topic for today. So I'm like, is that a coincidence? All right, let's talk about coincidences. Let me talk about coincidences really quick. I still got a couple of time on my intro. It's my podcast. It can be as long as it wants. So Funny story, my friend Keisha had hit me up and she told me about coincidences, how she don't believe in coincidences. And I was kind of like thinking that too, like, is everything really a coincidence? Like, I feel like when people say stuff is a coincidence, they be like, that was a coincidence. Like, they be being a hater or they be trying to calm you down or something like that. And then literally that week, I told y'all I watched Pastor Michael Side. I'm tight that I watch him. So I've literally watched mad pastors. I watch a sermon every day. So my top sermons that people I watch is John Gray. I watch Michael Todd. I watch Stephen Furtick. I watch mad people. Like like if you know somebody, recommend them. Darius Daniels. Like I watch Sarah Jakes. Like because I'm watching it every day, so I need variety. But anyway, I watched Pastor Michael Todd's sermon last Sunday. Like right before I do the podcast, I usually watch a sermon, and he talked about how God speaks to you or whatever. And he said, there's no such thing as coincidences. And so that's making me want to take that word out my vocabulary. Like, literally, like, I don't want to say coincidence no more because of that. And I was like, he might be onto something. Like, he was saying, like, he speaks to you with signs and things like that. And I'm just like, But it wasn't for me. Well, hey, I don't know who that sign was for with this topic being that topic and me and him getting into an argument about it. I don't know who the sign was for. Maybe it was for both of us. I don't know. But yeah, that was today's topic. Because I literally said, yo, you getting me in my bag. Like, I'm about to really switch the topic today. I didn't know what the topic was. Because sometimes I forget. I have a bunch of topics in here. And I opened my phone. And that was the topic today. Crazy. But that's perfect too for me because now I feel like he riled me up enough to really speak heavily on the topic. But yeah, today it's about people thriving on your low points. And let me tell you how this topic came about. There's no expansion of mine because yeah, I want to tell y'all how this topic came about. So 2020 was a crazy year for me, probably for you, or whatever the case may be. So around 2020 I had announced that's not it. Well, I announced the loss of my child. Boom. So this was when did I say that? September, October, November, one of them, child. So then a couple of months later, I always feel like I have to be socially responsible. And I don't even have like a big following. But it's still, some people tell me like, you still have a platform no matter how small it is. So I try to keep that into consideration. So I felt like it was important for me, follow me on Instagram, _Brittstagram, to go on my story and tell people like, look, because when I get on a podcast, I'm like, ha, hoo, hoo. It's making it look like I went through something traumatic and I'm just acting like it never happened. That's definitely not the case, Britt says it's filmed on Sunday, which I'm trying to work on filming it on Friday or Saturday. And hopefully I get to a point where I could do that. I can, but it's just like... But anyway, Britt says it's filmed on Sunday. I do the editing all Sunday. I don't care what time I film. I just stay up all night. I edit. I make the promo clips. I do whatever I have to do. So, and then Monday I post... everything, blah 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 blah. So Britt says is technically 1 or 2 days out of my week. How many days are in a week? What, 5 days out of the week? So I wanted to let people know, like, yeah, I post on Mondays and you might see me playing around, but the other 5 days of the week I'm putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to make sure I'm mentally good. Like I said, I watch sermons every day. I'm constantly praying. I could tell you so many different things. Oh, I said, because a lot of times I come up here and I say, oh, I'm going to do that as a topic. I'm going to start writing down the topics on camera. And I'll be forgetting I can edit stuff. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I won't edit this out. I don't know. But, yeah, because I was going to talk about finding a therapist or whatever. A black therapist at that. So I was in therapy or whatever. I'm going back to therapy currently. But I was in therapy for 3 months and I came out, and I won't tell you that because now that's a topic about finding a therapist. Boom, whatever. So I was in therapy, I'm journaling, I'm freaking doing everything, having support systems, talking on the phone, doing my gossiping about celebrities. Like those things, I know that those things, make me me. So I had felt it was important for me to put that on social media. Like, look, I just want to let y'all know, like, shit ain't cute out here. Like, people really out here. Like, I'm really working. And a lot of people don't know that it's not often discussed. Like, people make healing look like it's this beauty, glamorous thing. Like, you're drinking tea every morning, you're washing your face, you're getting your nails and feet done, you're getting your hair done. Healing is not an easy process. Like, healing is very slept on. Like, very slept on. Like, until I had to really heal, I'm like, yo, going to therapy. I had therapy every Saturday. Like, some days I didn't want to go because therapy, you got to be honest with yourself. And sometimes it's like super vulnerable. You constantly bringing up the topic of the trauma. And it's a lot. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Even watching sermons every day. Sometimes they start saying stuff and it start hitting you hard. You might want to cry. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Healing is not easy. Like, people make it seem like, sis, do your thing. Drink your water and heal. Like, bitch, it sounds really cute. But if you ever had to heal, it's very hard. It is not an easy process. Maybe that could be a topic. How you say healing is a topic. But anyway, see, I be getting in my bag. Healing is not easy. Anyway, moving forward. So I went on social media. I said my little spiel about how, like, you know, I just want to let it be known, you know, behind the scenes I'm putting in work. And that is big freaking facts. And I don't know if I said it ain't easy, but it's not easy putting in work after you face something so traumatic. And I want to let people know, like, look, do the work. Don't come on the internet and see me having the loss of a child and feel like, oh, you could come in, go on the internet and play around and take pictures and look fucking cute and you'll get over it. Because that's not the case. Or whatever the case may be. So, my nose always itch every time I film. Oh, I know it's... But that thing is so loud. Fine. Why is this episode so problematic? Anyway, moving forward. So, anyway, I had put that up there, right? I put that on my Insta story, IG story. And that IG story got so much traction. Vice versa, like my IG story that promotes Britt says. And I took it kind of like personal. Because I'm just like... All right, I understand that people, I felt like it was more so people just being nosy. Like, they was thriving on, like, people like seeing you vulnerable, and I understand that. Like, people say that all the time. It's like, even like when I watch stuff, because I'm always trying to grow and build my podcast, they always say, be your true self. Tell real stories. Tell your truths, you know, be humble, be open, be transparent. Like, they definitely say that all the time. I got to turn on my humidifier. Okay. They say, you know, be open, be humble, be transparent. They say that all the time. Like, you know, be transparent or whatever the case may be. So, for me, I understand that those type of things probably got traction because it was me being vulnerable. But I feel like not everything is about vulnerability. Like, I feel like people thrive off of that type of stuff, you know. One of my other top posts on Instagram was me announcing that I was engaged. I don't know if me announcing I was pregnant was one of my top posts because I put that in my archive. I wonder if I could still look. I don't know. But also that's one of my top, you know, IGTV stories, you know what I'm saying? Like, vice versa, like me doing my podcast or whatever the case may be. And I feel like those are things that, you know, that type of stuff weirds me out personally, because I know, first of all, well, I don't know everything about everybody, but I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to speak on that. I was gonna say I don't feel like everybody has experienced a pregnancy loss, or I feel like maybe people really was like, yo, this bitch is fucking crazy. She keep coming on social media laughing and joking, and she dead ass lost the baby about 3 months ago. Because at the time I said it, I think it was October or November. So August, September, October, that's just 3 months, you know what I'm saying? And I came up and did Britt Says the podcast a month after the loss, and that was just a personal decision for me, or whatever the case may be. So whatever the case may be, I was like, damn, like, this shit is getting traction. Like, people really want to hear me say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if people was like, this bitch is psycho, or they just thrive on that type of thing. What else? It was something else. Like, I just noticed people like that shit. I don't want to bring them up. I don't care. I watch the Prince Family, probably one of my guilty pleasures. Y'all probably know the Prince Family. And they be doing this thing where they like, oh, my 12-year-old brother, me and him fighting. And it was like how those videos get a lot of views. And I remember him saying, like, people love drama. Like, y'all like drama. Like, y'all like seeing me fight my family and stuff like that. Like, we do love drama. I love drama. But this is my thing. I like the drama of, and this could be argumentative, of celebrities and YouTube stars, you know. At the end of the day, they build a platform, and somebody could say my platform, I have a platform too, so who am I? My platform, to me, my platform is small. I mean, we could argue, we could discuss, whatever. For me, I do love to gossip about celebrities and IG stars and whatever. Like, I love the shade room, but I feel like once you get in that life as a celebrity, anybody big, anybody super influential, it's a wrap. Like, your business is out on the gate. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a wrap. Like, yeah, and they business really be out in the streets. Like, it really be out there. Like, it's out there for the public. Like, there's paparazzi, there's people who thrive on taking pictures of you, and like, that's it. Like, me, when I walk outside, nobody's gonna try to take a picture of me, or people are not investigating my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, with celebrities, that's natural. It comes with the lifestyle. Like, they want to be gossiped about in some way too. Like, I feel like if you're a celebrity, you kind of want to be a little bit gossiped about. Like, if you're not being talked about, then you're not relevant. If you're a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. Like, who is, like, not important? Like, MC Hammer right now, he's not important. They probably will not post anything he does. Like, he could go and cheat on his wife today, they probably won't post it. Maybe a little blog site might do it, but they probably won't post it because he's not. And because they don't post it, it's gonna probably make him feel like, damn, I really fell up. I just cheated on my wife today. She beat the bitch up, and nobody even talk about it because you're not relevant. We don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the most time, if he passed, we might be like, oh my god. But for the most part, we don't really care, you know. And so for celebrities, I feel like it's okay to gossip about them. That might be a problematic ass statement, but that's their life. Like, that's their life. That's what they signed up for. For me, I just don't like that. I feel that people thrive on people's low points. And this is a thing. I'm telling you right now. There's a market of people who want to see you fail. I'm telling you. Like, are not even... Alright, sometimes they don't even want to see you fail. They just thrive on you fucking up. Like, it's fun. Like, people like drama. People like gossip. People love it, you know? And I think it's, for some people, it's intriguing when it's somebody close to them, right? Like somebody that they actually know. It excites them, you know? Especially when you're on a high, like, right? Because, like, for instance, like I was saying, I'm posting myself on social media, laughing, wearing makeup, doing this, doing that. So people look at you, you on a high. Oh, you lost your baby, you on a low. You know, oh, you getting a divorce, you want a low. You know, it's like, yes, did you hear the tea? Da, 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 da. Like, people thrive on that shit. That's another reason why, too, I don't like really posting my man on social media. First of all, he doesn't even really like social media. So that's the first and most important reason why I don't post him. He hates social media. Like, this shit, he ain't built for it. He doesn't, you know, whatever. That's not my problem. But he doesn't really like social media, number one. Number two, I told myself after what had happened, like, anything I love, anything I care about, I ain't posting it on the internet like that. Like that. Like, I'm not going to say I wouldn't post things I love or care about on the internet, because I post a lot of things I love and care about. But I would never post, like, him. Because people like that. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, y'all, you know, this is my opinion, you know. I feel like people, they'll see you happy with your man, they'll find a way to make him, like, people thrive. It's a market for that. Like, it's just, people thrive on low points. Like, I'm telling you, people do not thrive on that high point shit. Like, don't get fucking gas. Like, people love that shit. Like, even we love it a little bit. Like, me singing, I be watching celebrities do certain shit, and I'm just like, like, for instance, talking about pastors. I don't know, y'all know the pastor, if you haven't heard of Hillsong Church, the PastorCarl Lentz, he was caught cheating on his wife or whatever, and he's a pastor, so y'all already know, like, even if you don't believe in God, you already know, like, bitch, a pastor cheated on his wife, really? So he kind of like cheated. Well, not kind of, like, he did cheat on his wife, and I just could see the traction it gets, right? Especially because of their pastors. A pastor is at a high, especially for a big church, and he was linked with a lot of celebrities. So to me, once you say you're of God, or you're this perfect person, or like you even see it with what's these people name? You see it a lot with activists, like black activists and stuff. Once you talk almighty and you act like and it's not even acting like you're high. I don't feel like pastors act as if they're better. I really don't. Not these days. Maybe back in the day, but honestly, a lot of them be keeping it real funky, bitch. Like, let's be honest. Like, to me, the ones I watch, they be keeping it real. But still, if you're a pastor, you're preaching the word of God. You're preaching, telling people don't cheat on your wife. They're telling people basically, you know, to be this person of God, and then he turned around and he cheated on his wife, right? And I feel like that godly community thrived on it, and people obviously who hate going to church thrived on it. Like, it does, because I remember I was a little caught in it. Like, it kind of, what's the word, enticed me. Like, when I heard the news, like, it was enticing, because I used to go to the church. Anybody who knows, I went to the church a lot. Not even, like, I would give, you know, Hillsong, what's the word, kudos to really bring me back closer to God. So I knew PastorCarl Lentz. Not knew him personally, but you know what I'm saying. So it enticed me that he cheated on his wife. And I felt like, too, like, I kept watching it, like, it was enticing. Like, I would say I was thriving on his low point. Like, for real. And I would say in some ways that could be a good and bad thing now that I talk about it, because I felt like, okay, if the PastorCarl Lentz cheated on his wife, we're all super flawed. Now, for the Christian community or church community, they'd be like, that's bad, because now you're gonna think you can you know, sin. No, it just shows, for me, and you know what, some people might do that, because, you know, some people really are extremely influenced by their pastors. They idolize them. So that could get scary. But idolizing is something you shouldn't do anyway, period. You know, that's even spoken about in the Bible. But I felt like I was thriving on his low point at one point. Because it was just like, it's enticing, you know, to see somebody at a high do something bad. And sadly, to, you know, for some people, I don't like that. To see people down, that's at a high. Somebody you look at that you feel is always good, or that they're happy, or maybe you feel like she's so pretty or whatever, he's so handsome, and then you find out that, I don't know, like, people love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love that shit. And I want to say too, like, be careful. You know, do you want, okay, so now that for me, on this podcast, we've established that people thrive on low points. Is that dangerous? Is it a big deal? Fuck yeah, I think it's a big deal, because that type of behavior can become addictive. And can you be friends with somebody who thrives on your low points? That's a slippery slope. Because sometimes you could thrive on somebody's low points and you're not even knowledgeable of it. I feel like sometimes, you know, I'm trying to think, like, can you? Yeah, I think some people, like, they not real. Like I said, I was open. I said I felt like I was, like, intrigued by that storyline, you know. But I wasn't doing it in a way where I thought it was funny. I didn't. I just thought it was like, he cheated on his wife, like that type of thing. Some people do shit and they find it funny that you fucking up, like, and that's the type of people you gotta be careful of. Those are the type of people you really gotta watch. Like the people who like, oh ha ha, the people who when you was at your high, they low-key wasn't happy for you. And how do you know those people? It's hard. It is hard. I think some people might say it's easy to know somebody's a hater. I don't think so. I think it's very hard to know if somebody's thriving on your low points, especially now, especially as you get older. I feel like when you're in high school, when you're in school, or you're in college, you're around people constantly, almost 24/7, you know, friends and stuff like that. So it's kind of easy to find out if somebody is really, you know, a hater, or they're thriving on your low points, or they don't mean well for you. But as you get older, you can't be around your friends as much, especially with COVID. You can't be around your family that much. You got your own life. You got to go to work. You got to do whatever the hell you're doing. So you don't really know what people are thinking in their head on their own time. And that's fucking scary. And I don't think you should dwell on it. I don't think you should think about it all day, about what somebody is thinking about you, or because that'll drive you paranoid. Like, oh, I think this person wants bad of me. Oh, I think this person wants good of me. I do think when you tell somebody something, but that's the thing, like for instance, for my situation, right, I did that on social media. When somebody watches it, I can't see how their face look when they watch it, but in person, when you tell somebody something, see how their face looks when you bring up something negative. See their opinion, their reactions, right? So you tell somebody something bad happened to you and automatically they switch the topic. Or, cause, all right, let's talk about that. Something bad can happen in your life, right? And you tell a friend or a family member, and then they automatically switch the topic. Some people don't know what to say in certain situations. How do y'all feel about that? Like, cause I was taught that, especially like with loss. I know that even nobody was taught how to act when it comes to grieving people or loss or death, because there's nothing you can really say about that, right? So those topics are unique. But let's say, but that is loss though, because I was gonna say, let's say you have a friend who lost a job. What do you say to that? I feel like you should still be a friend. You can still say something and know what to say, like where you know, like that person, like. But what if they don't know what to say? What if some people is really not problematic? They really don't know what to say. Like for me, let's say somebody lose their job or something, I'm just like, don't worry, you're an amazing person. Things are gonna work out for you again. God knows best. The plan is better, right? You know, you're saying motivational stuff. Some people, they may not know to say that. Is that a thing? Do y'all believe that people never know what to say? I think that sometimes people really don't know what to say. I'm going to be honest. I really do think there's a market for people who don't know what to say in every situation. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard reading people. Some of y'all, you know, I had put a post. Follow me on Instagram. You know, some people think they're very intuitive. They know when somebody ain't shit and when they are shit. I think it's situational. Like if you've been friends with somebody for dumb long, you know when they not shit and when they is shit. If you just meeting somebody, sometimes you may not know. And that's me. I mean, I'm at an age where I rarely make new friends. It's very hard. It's like I might be a work friend, but I won't be a friend outside of work. I have literally made, I think, one friend out of work, like a real friend, you know, from work. Like that's dead ass facts. Like I swear to everything I love, my friend Laura. Like that's probably the only person. It's hard to know, you know, but I think one of the ways to see if somebody's thriving on your low points is definitely mannerisms. Just like when they be like, when you say something, they kind of go, like they make a like it's like this sly face they make when something bad happens in your life, or they change the topic. They don't really give you advice. They kind of short size you or whatever the case may be. They just don't know, you know. But like I said, we don't know. Sometimes people really dead ass don't be knowing what to say. So it's like really hard. But like I said, I think that a lot of people thrive on low points, and I'm learning that being, to me, more heavy on social media, keeping up with my podcast. I see what people like, I see what people don't like, and like I said, I don't drain myself in analyzing it, because those are the problems you don't want. But I'm like, damn, these are the things people like. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the shit. Oh, and for instance, another thing. One of my top IGTVs was a snippet from Britt says my eyelash was flipping, right? And I knew it was, but I just didn't give a fuck. But I was like, I feel like people was like, I love this shit. Let me share this shit. Look at this bitch eyelash fucking up. For me, I like that. Okay? As long as the eyelash, like if my titties out, I'm not gonna put something like that on social media. If my titty fall out, I don't know why that would happen. Oh, maybe if I'm wearing like a low cut shirt. I don't like wearing low cut shirts and stuff like that on camera, because I feel like all y'all gonna do is look at my titties or something. But anyway, so I'm noticing like this shit got mad views, and like a lot of this shit that get the most views be fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? For me, my things that get the top likes though are fashion posts, like lately, like when I put up a nice picture. So I'll give it that. I'll give that. But when it comes to like videos and all that shit, that's what motherfuckers like to hear, the bullshit. So I was like, so this top post with my eyelash flipping up is the top post, but I was spending some real shit in it. So I was like, to me, you know, you could share that with somebody to be like, oh, her eyelash is fucked up, but somebody might really listen and be like, she funny as fuck with a fucked up eyelash, and want to watch Britt Says the podcast or listen and stream on all DSPs, baby. So I'm here for the rah-rah shit too at the same time, because I might, you know, and that's the thing with drama, is like, you know, it gravitates people and it can help you business wise, but how much drama do you want to put out there, you know? Because sometimes I could get a little scary. Like I've always been like that. I think I talked about that on the podcast. You know, stream all the old episodes if you haven't listened. But I really get really wary when people tell too much of their life, you know what I'm saying? In a really obscure way. Like when people are just so, it makes me uneasy, you know what I'm saying? But you know, to each his own. You know, you can't really gauge these things. But yeah, like I said, like when I saw that, I'm like, this with the fucked up eyelashes, the type of shit people want to watch. Y'all motherfuckers ain't shit. Or just me saying, you know, like I started it, I was like, I know a lot of you know that I lost the baby this year. That shit, I be putting up funny, good quality shit, and people want to hear the fuckery. But then I could say, is it drama or vulnerability? Maybe people like vulnerability. That's why we like the Cardi B's and we like the Tiffany Haddishes, because they're fucking nuts. People love that shit. Why do we love that shit? Why do we love like that craziness? I think it intrigues us and it makes us be like, oh my gosh. Because a lot of us are really, what's that? Like streamlined. Like, believe it or not. Like, majority of us are really streamlined. We really feel, you know, like we gotta be perfect. Maybe not perfect, but you know, good. So when we see people being vulnerable and open and brave, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this shit is dope. Like, I think that's what it is. Like, I feel like a lot of times, like, we feel like we gotta be so quiet, and not quiet, but like we can't be vulnerable. Like, you know, so I think it could, is it really like thriving on a low point or just being intrigued and fascinated? How do you know the difference? If somebody is just literally intrigued and fascinated by you being so open, or if they're really thriving on your shit, like they looking at you like, aha, bitch. How do you know the difference? Because a person who's intrigued by you, when you tell them a story, they might not say anything too. Just like a person who's a hater, if you tell them a story, they might not say nothing, right? How would you know if somebody's intrigued and fascinated by you, or if they just like yeah, bitch, aha, you caught an L? How would you know the difference? You don't know. You don't know. You never know. You never know. You really don't know. You don't. You don't know when people are being intrigued. You don't know when people are fascinated and when people, you know, feel different. It's weird. But I do think there's definitely a big market of people who are intrigued and fascinated by people who are just their authentic self and don't give a fuck. I'm very big on that. I love a person who crazy as fuck. Like, for real. So, I was gonna say, do I want to hang around them? A lot of times I do. I do. I said that. I said I used to be in the past. Old Brittany used to attract crazy people. I love it. But I just feel like in a world where you know not to be loud or when you're told to lower your voice, you just like, yes, bitch. Like, you just screaming, bitch. Because the world is telling you to be quiet. But you're saying, my voice could go this high. So let me use it. And you can't get in trouble for the shit. That's just how you talk. You know what I'm saying? If you go outside and you're talking loud, yeah, somebody might complain like, this bitch outside talking loud, but technically you could talk loud. You know what I'm saying? Or people who go outside and they want to wear green fucking hair, bitch. Like, they say have black hair, have blonde hair. Brown is the minimum. You said, why not green? It's kind of dope. I like that. I thrive on that. People who just open, you know, especially people who are open about their sexuality. When I say sexuality, I don't mean like I'm straight, I'm gay. I mean literally like people like who go on the internet and be like, I like sucking dick or something. I'm just like, wow, love that for you. Those people are intriguing. Be honest. You love it. You fucking love it. You love that shit. You thrive on that shit. Like, you thrive on that bullshit. I'm telling you, it's something about people who just don't give a fuck. Like, and you don't know. I do think there's a big market for fascination and just loving to see people who do things that you would never fucking do in your life. Somebody couldn't even pay you to do shit that somebody else would do. You're like, ugh. I even see people do something. I'm like, I wouldn't do it that way, but I'm gonna watch you do it though. You get what I'm saying? It's like that type of thing. Like, I would never do something like that. That's crazy. Why would she do that? But you just can't stop watching. It's just like Donald Trump. Like, you really fucking hate him, right? When he was the president. And probably still, you know what I'm saying? Or the Capitol. When the fucking white people was fucking running through the Capitol, you kept watching. Why? Well, we kept watching because we want to see what's going to happen next, bitch. We want to see somebody who's going to get shot the fuck up clean, bitch. But at the other time, you was watching too because you like, this is crazy. Like, they're going in a government building. Like, it fascinates you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at these people. They're crazy. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, Trump, he was just like, he be just saying anything. You just be like, because usually when you don't like somebody, the smart thing to do would be to block them, take them out your life, don't pay them no mind, right? But we just keep watching, bitch. you just ready watching the show, feet kicked up, hands folded, just watching them fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's the fascination. Are people thriving on my low points, or are they just fascinated by me? You know, people do tell me to, like when I did put my business on Front Street. Yeah, I know that term. Like, wow, that was really brave of you. And I'm just like, bravery, right? That's brave of you. People say that to me all the time. Thank you for your vulnerability. So there must be a certain aspect in somebody who walks around and just lives like a crazy person, or just does things that the average person should or should not do. Is that bravery? Do we consider Cardi B brave when she goes and does an interview on a classy show and she's like, yeah, you already know? Is that brave? Bitch, it is. But she dead ass just being herself. I think if you was to say that to her, like, wow, you really interviewed Biden and you was just talking ghetto, you're so brave. That's offensive. Like, that's quite fucking offensive. Oh, you really went to the White House with those long nails, you're so brave. Like, would you say that to them? Like, I guess in certain situations that, what calls for the word bravery? Because Because bravery could be offensive. Like, imagine you go up to Cardi B and be like, wow, you went on there with your ghetto accent? You're so brave. I mean, that's so embarrassing. Because it's embarrassing. Bravery is when you do something that can be deemed embarrassing. I would say that. Some people say bravery is when you put yourself in the front of a sword or some shit. Or that is bravery. When you do something that's scary, but you still did that shit anyway. You were brave enough. You know, niggas say, you brave enough to come to me, I will fuck you up. You a brave motherfucker. Oh, bravery. I don't know how this topic just kindles into one. I think maybe, and that's what I love about the podcast, is that things could switch. It's like, are we thriving on low points, or are we fascinated? You know, are people fascinated? That is a really good question. Now I'm stuck, and this happens a lot on this podcast. I get stuck, you know. Sometimes I get fascinated. Do I get fascinated? Yes. Sometimes I get fascinated by the shit people do. Like, I'll be like, or like, you know how like when you the person on the outside looking in and you like, yo, she dead ass don't know that he don't like her, or da 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 da. It's like fascinating when you not the person. It is fascinating because it's like you see everything playing out, or you know, or also fascination too is like, I guess too, when you see somebody fucking up and you like when you, okay, like let's say for instance, you see, let's say you see somebody go through a divorce, right? But you just seen that, you just heard they went through a divorce and they man was fucking 5 bitches or whatever, right? And they on social media smiling, acting regular. You get intrigued by them because you kind of want to know, like, what does she do in her spare time now? Is she sad? I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? It's just weird. But I don't know. I do feel like people generally, there's a 50-50. 50-50, or is it, y'all think 50-50 high? Okay, let me tell you what I was going to say. I was going to say there's a 50% of people who are just fascinated and intrigued, and there's 50% of people who are just thriving on your low points. You know what? I'll take that back. And I'm going to tell you why. I think it's 90-10. Love this podcast. I think 90% are intrigued and fascinated by you, and 10% just thrive on your low points. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I do think there's a market of people, and this is my biggest pet peeve, that swear they got haters. So thriving on low points is, a person who does that has to be considered a hater. And sometimes, like, I'll see people saying it's niggas that really want to be me, or like people hating on me, and they be looking bogus. And I'm just like, who's hating on you? They could be talking about one person, but like the way they'll state it is like they got mad haters. And so that's why I'm really like kind of hate the word haters, because I just be feeling like, let me write that down. Yo, y'all know, sidebar, y'all know the comedian Dion Cole? He's on Blackish. If you used to watch comedy, y'all remember when Dion Cole used to say jokes, and then he would while I wrote on a note Dion Cole, I meant to write haters. You remember when he used to like say his jokes, and then when the people didn't laugh as much as he wanted to, he would write it down? Like, I feel like I'm doing that. Like, as soon as I say something, I'm just writing down what I feel. But yeah, I hate the word haters because I feel like a lot of people be ODing on that word. Like, some people really be thinking they have haters. Like, I really don't think that mad people got haters like they think they do. Like, I think some people, like, I don't want to get into that topic because now that's the topic when Britt says the podcast. But I do think that sometimes there's a really small market of haters. I think some, like I said, it's a good 80 that's intrigued and fascinated. And I think maybe even like, maybe there's about, if you're a big celebrity, yeah, you got some haters, big fucking facts. Like, but there's a small market of people who hate on people. I really believe that. I think people just don't understand that you might not be liked. Like, not everybody is likable. Like, like when I think of the word hater, it's like you just don't like that person for no reason. Like I think a lot of times when people don't like people, they dead ass be having a reason. If the reasons are stupid, then obviously they're a hater. But that's the reason why I'm gonna say it's 90-10, because I think there is a the amount of haters in the world are very small. I think that can be argued. I think motherfuckers be thinking they got haters when niggas dead don't like you. Like motherfuckers really don't like your ass. Like, stop. Like, you not that easy to work with. You're not that easy to befriend. You're not that easy to hold a conversation with. I don't like your makeup. I don't like your fucking hair. Like, I don't, that's why I can't relate. But I'm a hater. So I mean, I guess I closed the podcast on saying that maybe there's only a 10% market of people who thrive on your low points, and the other 90 are fascinated and intrigued. And that's just that on that. So I hope y'all enjoyed that topic. I definitely did. It gave me some clarity. And yeah, you know, follow me on Instagram _Brittstagram. Follow me on Twitter, Britt says with 2 T's. Britt with 2 T's. What else? Subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, bitch. If you watch on DSPs, whether it be Apple, I got a couple of Spotify listeners, so somebody cares. I don't know how many it was, but the Spotify listenership went up. Leave a review and give me some stars, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, I will see you guys when? Next